Man, oh man, oh man. Lindsey Graham dead. Listen to the 911 call.
EMS 6 responded, press intercept medic 7 on scene, cardiac arrest. EMS 6 responded, press intercept medic 7 with cardiac arrest.
But what was his last 48 hours like? Because it seems like there's a little more to the story. He popped up in Ukraine. Roll it.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you. Good to see you again.
Sure, good to see you again.
Good to see you. Pleasure. Thank you for coming, Lindsey. Yeah.
Got a little update for you here.
Yeah.
Just tell me when I can talk. But good visit with the president, right?
Yeah, I think that we had really a good meeting.
Yeah, I
the
think
mood
so
was
too,
good,
yeah.
and we had some very important results. And I think that the decision of President Trump about licenses, positive signals about Patriot licenses, very important.
Thanks for your patience, everyone. Just a reminder,
Sorry.
embargo till 7:30.
I'm pleased to announce, as of about 30 minutes ago, we've reached agreement with the White House on a version of the Russian sanctions bill that they will support. It means it's going to become law. So when I get back to Washington, I'm going to go with Senator Blumenthal to the Republican and Democratic leader to see if we can find time to move this Russian sanctions package that would give tools to President Trump to help end this war. The road to ending this war, the road to peace, passes through Beijing more than it does Washington, Kyiv, or Moscow. China has an oversized influence. I'd like them to use their influence for the good of the world. I don't believe Putin is there yet, but it wouldn't take much to get him there. And the sooner we can have a dialogue about peace, the quicker this war is over. I've never been more optimistic than I am today that we have the formula to end this war. Help Ukraine be more lethal. Let those supporting Russia to know it's going to be a price to be paid if you keep doing it. And to try to find an off-ramp, not to humiliate Putin, but to end this war so that Ukraine will thrive and survive. We have a magic moment in time here. In the coming months, if we do this right, increase Ukraine's lethality, get people to help us with Putin rather than propping him up, we can end this war.
Long time no see.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Happy to see you. How are you?
Good. Older. Older.
Older, a little.
But no wiser. Good to see you. Thank you.
Good to see you. Thank you for coming, Lindsey. Yeah.
Got a little update for you here.
Yeah.
Just tell me when I can talk. But good visit with the president, right?
Yeah, I think that we had really a good meeting.
Yeah, I
the
think
mood
so
was
too,
good,
yeah.
and we had some very important results.
Great briefing by your intel folks. I would recommend that you send them over on the war
Good. We will do
and
it.
the effect thinking.
And I think that the decision of President Trump about licenses, positive signals about Patriot licenses, very important.
Прошу прощения. You понимаете по-английски? Good. Okay, we are not in Mother Russia. We are in the United States of America. I know you're like, what the hell? KGB. Why are you speaking Russian though, Ceddy, Nash? Well, because they say the Russians did it.
You've been courageous and been the only one to call out Putin when many people want to say it but haven't said it. Have you been surprised by the feedback that you have gotten from it?
Yeah, I mean, I think most Americans understand that Putin's a war criminal. The sooner he's gone, the better. The only way this ends in a sustainable fashion is for the Russian people to take him out. I'm not asking for American boots on the ground, but I want to help Ukraine, with military equipment, with assistance, But Putin's gotten away with murder for 20 years. Enough's enough. He's got to go.
And you stand by what you say. You still feel it
Totally,
today.
100%.
Oh, okay. Well, the sports girl, Brittany Griner, right? Brittany Griner, the basketball player, is she gonna be a pawn right now in this whole situation?
I'm very much worried about her and other Americans caught in Putin's Russia. And yeah, we need to put all the pressure we can to make sure this young lady comes home.
Is anything happening right now? Is there any movement on that
I know
right
the
now?
State Department's
Thank you, Russia, for killing two birds with one stone, blowing up the drone factory and killing Lindsey Graham in the process. Lindsey Graham once said, "At least they use a good photo of me. Judge me by my enemies." Oh. Laura Loomer. Alexander Dungin, one of Putin's advisors, recently called for Senator Lindsey Graham to be killed. He said the world would be better without Graham. Yesterday, Lindsey Graham was in Ukraine with Zelensky and called for more sanctions against Russia and pledged more U.S. support for Ukraine. One day later, Lindsey Graham is dead. There needs to be an investigation. You see Alexander right there. One of the weirdest beards you're going to see in history is say, better kill this guy. He is the problem for Trump. The world would be better without him. Lindsey has spent his whole career defending mass warrantless surveillance on Americans. Now that he is surveillance target, he's enraged.
What's happened is that Putin looks at Biden, he sized him up, he thinks he can get away with it, and he's going to keep going and going and going, and nobody in the West is going to stop him. How does this end? Somebody in Russia has to step up to the plate. Is there Brutus in Russia? Is there a more successful Colonel Stauffenberg in the Russian military? The only way this ends, my friend, is for somebody in Russia to take this guy out. You would be doing your country a great service and the world a great service.
If you can't admire Joe Biden as a person, then it's probably you got a problem. You need to do some self-evaluation. Because what's not to like? Here's what I can tell you. That life can change just like that. Don't take it for granted. Don't take relationships for granted. I called him after Bo died. And he basically said, well, Bo was my soul. We've talked for a long time. He came to my ceremony and said some of the most incredibly heartfelt things that anybody could ever say to me. And he's the nicest person I think I've ever met in politics.
Is that right?
He is as good a man as God ever created.
Yet, no Russians killed Lindsey Graham. Let me tell you, no Russians killed Lindsey Graham. Maybe Lindsey Graham was old man who had no workout ethic. But how should you remember this dude, though, man? Nash, this ain't even our lane. Hip us up to some shit. Got it.
This, Senator, and final question. When you look at the last few years since October 7th, many people in this part of the world say what happened in Gaza does not align with Christian values. Killing children, killing mothers,
Well, to be honest
killing
with you,
families who are not militants.
Yeah, I don't buy that at all.
Why?
Because what did we do in World War II? Did we think 1 minute about starving the Germans? Did we bomb every city into smithereens? So this is a war. No,
October 7th to World War II.
Yes, I am. This is an absolute existential threat to the Jewish people. What happened on October the 7th was 1,200 people were slaughtered, raped, and murdered and filmed by radical Islamists who would kill every Jew if they could, to the world. If you don't understand this is a threat to Israel's
And then
survival,
they flattened Gaza.
just flatten it. We flattened Berlin. We flattened Tokyo. Were we wrong to drop an atomic bomb to end the Japanese reign of terror? Were we? So my view, if I were Israel, I would have probably done it the same way. Without military victory, there is no hope of breaking radicalism. We flattened Germany. We flattened Japan.
How many Americans
Wait a
believe
minute.
this? do you
Out of
believe?
that, we would,
The way that how many Americans think the way that you do?
I think most Republicans think the way I do.
Even young ones.
Yeah, you're just out of touch if you don't understand Republicans, when it comes to radical Islam, is on Israel's side. It's not even close. Most Republicans are not. I hate to see innocent people and children displaced and killed. Yes, it's a TV war. We didn't have TV in World War II.
Well, now it's a phone war.
The behavior of the United States was to pursue total destruction of the enemy. That was our behavior. Take Tokyo and Berlin. And so those people who are trying to say this is just another conflict, is not another conflict. It's existential to the Jewish state. If Hamas survives all this, God helps the Jewish people. They're approaching Hamas after October the 7th as we approach the Japanese after Pearl Harbor. And that's the right approach.
Senator, it's wonderful to have you in Abu Dhabi. Thank you for joining me.
The hate of man.
He was, Mr. President, and I know that we are all just absorbing this news. We are all in shock. Can you tell us, Mr. President, how you received this news and your immediate gut reaction when you heard it?
So what makes it even stranger is that I got a call last night sometime at, the early evening, maybe in the 7s, and he called and he said, we're all set for the Save America Act. He was pushing the Save America Act like crazy. He got back, said he just landed from Ukraine. I said, that's a long trip to make. He said, he sounded a little tired, but perfect, but a little bit tired. I had a right to be. And he was a worker. He was really a worker, but he sounded great, actually. But he actually said he was tired. But he wanted to pass the Save America Act. And I said, well, we're going to get it done, Lindsey. We're going to get it done. I'll see you soon. We thought maybe we might even meet today. And then that was it. And that was, very around the time. It couldn't have been much longer. It could have been his last call. I don't know exactly. But I got a message about 1 o'clock in the morning from one of the people at his office that he had passed away. I said, I just can't believe it. He was like a member of the family to me. It's very tough, actually. It's amazing.
Mr. President.
I want to talk to the Trump supporters for a minute. I don't know who you are, and I don't know why you like this guy. He's a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot. He doesn't represent my party. He doesn't represent the values that the men and women who wear the uniform are fighting for. I think he's a kook. I think he's crazy. I think he's unfit for office. And I'm a Republican, and he's not. He's not a conservative Republican. He's an opportunist. He's not fit to be president of the United States. He's disparaged women. He has an 80% disapproval rating among Hispanics. At the end of the day, he would be the most flawed nominee in the history of the Republican Party. He accuses most illegal immigrants of being rapists and drug dealers. He plays into the idea that maybe Obama is a Muslim. 70% of us in South Carolina believe that Donald Trump is not a conservative Republican. We think that he's unfit for office, that he would be a terrible commander-in-chief. He doesn't have the temperament or judgment. I think Donald Trump is a political car wreck, and people slow down and look at the wreck, but they eventually move on.
Bad. And, but I have somebody that I like, but I'm not going to tell you who now because it's too soon.
All right, fair enough. We will
I never
track
thought I'd be in this position.
Yeah.
I thought Lindsey was going to be living forever. I said, Lindsey, you're going to live forever. And he was going to have a big victory. He was scheduled to win by a lot. He had my support, and he was going to win by a lot. He was going to have one of his best elections ever, and now he's got this. Terrible.
Well, I had the great honor of being able to talk to him a couple of times this week, Mr. President, and as you can imagine, we talked about a lot of foreign policy. We talked about a lot of Iran. And in honor of him, I want to still have some of those conversations. Those were the conversations he wanted to have here this morning, Mr. President. You obviously launched fresh.
Lindsey Graham was a person who chased money, who chased false empowerment, who tried to be a person who was on the right side of history. Every once in a while, he called Trump a racist, a xenophobe, kooky, and all this shit, and then turned around and said, F all that. I'm going to go stick with some goddamn Donald Trump. It's your choice. It's your decision. History will judge you based off of your actions, not based off your mere words. Now, the whole Russian shit, that's going to be something that people are going to push on the right. Won't be no shit I'm pushing over here. All I would say about Lindsey Graham is if hell is real, if you believe in a hell, he's there. There's no way in hell he's in quote unquote heaven. And it's funny because as a person who is of a certain religion, I'm looking at these cats saying certain words like Judeo-Christian values and all this and everything, but you're talking about a religion that doesn't even acknowledge your central figure. But y'all want to be cool with them. Y'all be better off kicking it with the Muslims than you would the Jewish people, religiously wise. Because Muslims and Christians believe in Christ. Jewish faith doesn't. Sorry to spoil that shit, but hey, it is what it is. Y'all let me know your thoughts on this one, man. Subscribe to the bell to notified. I'm going to catch y'all the next one. Click right here, though, to see how the world is going to shit. Ceddy, Nash, Big Bang. What?